Hello everyone, Krydax here. Welcome back to our space exploration playthrough. Excited to continue our base that has become a lot of spaghetti. In our last episode, we got utility science running, and I've let it run for a little bit. I've done a couple researches, a couple more quality of life, as well as some power armor, which I'm excited to be able to use more equipment in the grid. And then I also remembered that we never did anything with jetpacks, so I've crafted one but not used it yet. So I'm going to grab some low density structures and get our power armor going, and then grab the jetpack. So unfortunately, I'm not storing any of these, so I'll kind of have to pick them up. We'll just do this, and we'll do a filter inserter, low density structure, and put that in a chest. We'll do one stack. They stack to 50, so that way we can always have a few on hand, and that will let us craft our power armor. And then what else have I done since the last episode? I improved my lubricant production down here in the bottom right area. We need some lights over here. And I also got some rocket fuel crafting, so that way when we use trains, we'll have something to fuel them with that gives them the best acceleration and speed, at least that I can muster right now. And then obviously you can see I have 6 lubricant factories going now, so that's a lot better. I am planning on using trains soon because our iron mine is running out. We're almost down to 500,000. Our copper's just below 1 million. We have enough stone for a while. But I plan on getting some trains over here to over 10 million iron. And then I maybe will get copper from down here because I can get coal from there as well. And I placed a few more radars, so those can begin. I had placed one down here, but the power must not be connected because it doesn't look like that's working. So yeah, we can hopefully get some trains going. Just a basic train network, 2 lanes, probably 2 locomotives and 4 cargo wagons for each. I'll get those going. And I do plan on using the LTN mod, Logistics Train Network, which allows you to kind of use trains like logistic spots where you can have supply stations and requester stations. And the requester stations will just ask for resources and trains will go get them from anywhere and then kind of go back to their train depot homes. So I needed more lubricant both for the blue belts and also for the electric engines because we're actually using quite a few of those, so I had to double my electric engine production. The nuclear fuel is still running smoothly, and I went ahead and put some concrete down. Oh, and I added 2 more meteor defense installations so that we've got enough to cover more meteors, and our Kovarex process is running, so we're slowly building up uranium-235. It wants to put a lot of 235 into the building, which is a little bit frustrating. I could program it so that it puts like 45 in a chest, and then it puts those 45 all the way in and puts the rest out so that it doesn't overuse. But it'll build up eventually. For now, we can just, take 10 of those away to have more than enough nuclear fuel for like the next few hours. I've already got 14 ready to go in each of these, because each time it places 1 fuel cell into all 6, so I use 6 fuel cells. I think, if I remember correctly, the math checks out to like, that's 160 gigajoules totally produced, which, lasts 1600 seconds. So like half an hour of time, maybe 15 minutes if I'm using a lot more power. So let's grab our low density structures and we will take our armor out. Let's make sure we don't blow up our inventory. 20 spaces. Okay, so we're fine. And then we'll craft power armor. And then we'll see what these jetpacks are all about. They say they can use nuclear fuel, so I have a full stack of nuclear fuel in my inventory that I'd imagine would last my jetpack essentially forever. I'm also curious if rocket fuel will give me more acceleration or not, so we can try these things out. Okay, so here's my equipment grid, and it looks like that is maybe a bug or something I didn't know about, but all of my all of my equipment got deleted. All my solar panels and exoskeletons. That is a huge bummer. So I will have to craft more of those. We'll start with belt immunity. But for now, let's place the jetpack in. And it says press J to activate. Ooh, there we go. Jetpack acceleration 8.8. That's pretty neat. So I can fly around and I don't have to worry about running into things. It's a little swoopy, like it accelerates slowly and then decelerates slowly. It kind of just takes a while. It's almost like ice skating. It says multiple jetpacks let you fly faster, so let's craft a few more. I need some more green circuits. This may be more useful for when I need to get places quickly and easily, because it's a little annoying that it keeps drifting once you stop. And let's try rocket fuel instead of uranium fuel. And I also don't know how to tell it which fuel to use, because it doesn't really let you control any of that. So my rocket fuel, I've completely forgotten where it is. And we'll craft 2 exoskeletons because we'll need those. Here's my rocket fuel. Put the nuclear fuel away for a second. And the process fuel. So now I'm getting 26 acceleration. So that definitely accelerates faster. And if I put away that, what is it even using for fuel right now? As far as I'm aware, I don't have any fuel. Oh, okay, I ran out. So what if I use 1 rocket fuel? It looks like the type of fuel I use doesn't matter, so we'll keep using our 50 uranium fuel cells. I'd imagine those will last a while. Put in our exoskeletons, and we will need to craft some batteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Some solar panels. That's really frustrating that it lost all the old ones. Okay, so we wanted to work on logistics bots first. I did craft some roboports that I can start placing around the base, and other than that, we just need to automate the actual bots themselves, which use the robot frames, which I have plenty of extras, along with red circuits. And let me see how fast they craft. Crafting time is 0.5 seconds, so I will only need 1 building. And I don't think you can do productivity. Yeah. So we'll just make it more efficient. I'll use my cheaper modules. And then for now, we will hand feed some red circuits, but soon those will be brought in by the bots themselves. So there we go. Logistic robots. And I will, just to make this as easy as possible, place a roboport. And then we will have a circuit condition. Read robot statistics. And it says available logistics bots. So whenever that drops below 100, I will have this insert. So it said that was X. So when X drops below 100, it will insert logistics bots. And we'll go one at a time. And that should do it. And so now we'll put some more of these around the base, try to get some good coverage. I need to put the belt immunity equipment in. Oh, it already is. It just needs power. Okay. And I will need a lot more solar panels crafting while I work on this, which I've run out of what? Circuits, solar panels, glass. I need more glass. I've pretty much forgotten where everything is in my base, so it'll be nice to have logistics bots soon, so I don't have to run around and grab these things. Okay, we can craft some more. We've run out of green circuits, so we'll grab some more of these. And that should be enough for now. Okay, so let's keep placing roboports. If I can find them. I messed up my hotbars here. There we go. I generally like to have roboports somewhere on my quick bar. We have a lot of empty space here in the middle, especially once I get these logistics bots carrying some of those items. I will probably not even need a lot of these belts, so I'll try to do away with some of them. Okay, there we go. I'll have to craft a few more. I do want to have the nuclear fuel being delivered by bots. That'll be nice. Okay, so we need one right here. Connect all that up. One right here, which needs power. That's good. We'll need one in this area. Needs to be 1 square higher, so this is in the way. We'll do this. And place it right there. And we need one in this corner attached to all those things, which unfortunately, I don't know if that's going to work. So we'll place one on the top left there. And then one down here. And I need to craft a few more, but I need lots of... They're kind of expensive to craft. That's why I pre-crafted a few. They require 50 red circuits, 50 motors, 50 concrete, and 50 steel. So that'll be enough for 6 more. I'll grab some steel. We'll grab... We need more green circuits anyway. Concrete. The inventory space from the power armor is really handy. I feel like I can hold pretty much anything I need to now. And then we finally need the red circuits, which again, I keep forgetting where they are. Soon they will be delivered to me by logistics robots. Okay, so we can handcraft a few more of these. And we'll put in the rest of my solar panels, which should be able to begin powering everything. 540 kilowatts should be more than enough. And then we'll get this placed. We'll have this one go out, maybe here. We need one in this region. That's a nice little open space for it. And then down here and up here. And that covers most of the base for now, I think. Let's see. Yeah, pretty much all the internal sections of the base are covered. So we can start to craft a bunch of passive providers, requesters, a few storage, and a few active providers. Passive providers are the ones we'll need the most of right now, because we're going to, for example, passively provide what? We need to provide all sorts of things. We'll provide rails. We'll get the science eventually provided like that. But we'll do engines and electric engines. And then we'll need... I don't really need ammo, but all of these items, all the blue belts, these green circuits, I'm going to switch these since I'll be delivering these by hand. We'll have max productivity, and how do I fit a beacon in here? Can I put one right there? I think I can figure that out. We'll do just a few speed. This goes all the way to there, and this goes to here. Okay, that'll speed that up quite a bit, and we'll let it run to a bunch more stacks. And then we want to provide glass. Being damaged. Did a meteor strike? I don't know how that happened. Also, these logistics bots are very slow. I'm going to first work on the researches. Swarm safety. Logistics bots won't damage things when they crash. Oh, I had some crash. So up to 500 active bots. So I actually want to do that first. I guess one of them crashed from the robot attrition mod. And then I don't know where the research are. Bot speed. Worker robot speed. We want to do that, and that's as much as I can do till rocket science. And then we also want to do cargo capacity, which looks like we can't even do that until rocket science packs. So a bot must have crashed and did some damage. So we'll get construction bots in a minute. This is not efficient glass production, so I'm actually going to use the glass. Oh, my bots auto-repaired all that. That's handy. I'm going to use the excess glass from here. So we'll have this come up, filter inserter, grabs from down one, it will grab glass, and then put that in a provider chest, which I need on my hotbar here. Starting to run out of space on hotbar items. We might need to make that better at some point. So glass needs to be in my requested items. There were already a few things that the game automatically put in there, but they had maximums, and so I switched these around a little bit. And then I need some storage, because the bots need to come pick up all this trash that's accumulated over time. So I'll put the storage chests maybe near the middle of the base, just so that bots have easier access to it. Let's see. This seems like as good of a spot as any. And I'll stand right here in storage to make that easier for them. Looks like they got it all. No, they didn't. These guys are coming to finish the job. Okay. That is such a good feeling. So then we also need to passive provider on red circuits, batteries, potentially concrete, but we'll have that getting placed in like this. And we'll just go to a few stacks, because that will probably just be for building buildings and such. So that looks good. And then we will put a requester chest in a couple places. Oh, we want heat shielding to be provided, electric furnaces to be provided. Okay, so we want a requester chest. We also want to do this priority differently. We'll output priority right. So science first, then logistics bots. Like that. And then we want to only fill this up to a few stacks. And we want to request the red circuits. And I have I think it's called additional paste settings mod, where it will copy 5 recipes worth into a requester chest per click. So that way you can control it and it doesn't automatically put a full stack of requests in there when you don't want a full stack. I found that to be very useful. Okay, and we also want to passively provide the blue chips and the modules. I'm going to need to craft more of these. Blue chips, and that's good for now. And then we'll need to provide all of the metals. So these got green circuits, so we'll do stone, coal, copper, iron, steel, and gears. And then pipes. I actually don't want to provide from here, because these are less productive. So I'll just change that back to a regular chest. And I think that about covers it for all the basics. And we don't need coal. So let's get blue belts on the request. And then we've got all that. We've got glass. We want blue circuits on here. There we go. We will also request 1 stack of heat shielding and low density structure. Stack of batteries. Motors. We'll have 100. Electric motors, we'll have 100. Stack of each type of engine. Just to make sure we can always craft things. 200 gears. I think that's all I need from there. Don't think we need stone tablets or sulfur or sand. Plastic, I don't know if we need that for handcrafting, actually. And then speed module 2s will have 50. Speed module 3s will have 50. 50 of all these, pretty much. I won't do electric furnaces because I'm going to be using industrial furnaces soon. Not going to worry about any of that. Chests, I've been handcrafting. I probably only want 50 medium poles now that they're constantly being replenished. Concrete, we'll want 200 on hand just for crafting purposes. Stone bricks, 100, same reason. Rails, I'm not going to worry about yet. Pipes, we want 200 pipes. And 50 underground pipes. And then we will do stack inserters, 2 stacks. And I think now that I have this, I'm exclusively going to use stack inserters. Look at that, we already have 327 bots in the network. So I'm going to start crafting stack inserters because I have the ability to request things. So we'll do this. Get rid of these belts. I don't think they were doing anything. Yeah, these are inserting from here, so that's fine. And we will get stack inserters going. Because we already have most of what we need right here. We also just need gear wheels, which I can request, along with the red circuits. 3, 4, 5. Wait, are they that expensive? 15? Oh yeah, so I just requested 25 worth, and we don't need these 2. That's fine. It'll build up over time. And then we want to passively provide up to 3, 4 stacks, just in case I need to go build a train outpost or something later. We want to have plenty on hand. And can't do productivity. Yeah, so these are fully productive gears. So that's what I want to provide to places that need gears. Beautiful. That feels so good. So we'll take these off. We will now use stack inserters everywhere. I don't need fast inserters, which means I will place them all into this chest. Hopefully that means they get used. And I'm going to get rid of some things I don't need. I don't need that pump. I can always make more. Don't need a single logistics bot. I should have placed them, but I didn't. Also, I crafted a core mining drill. So I haven't really looked into this yet, but I know we can use core mining. That allows us to get infinity resources at a high power cost, though we have plenty of power. I'm not sure how quickly that will get us things, but we can always try that out later. And then I want assembling machine 3s to be automated as well. So we will have these go in an underground. Let's see, we'll do that first and then over. Assembling machine 3. And thankfully we can just request everything we need, which is super handy. 2, 3, 4. And we don't need to request those. I love it. And we'll place into a chest. 1 stack should be plenty. Oh, we need to provide those. We'll craft a few more of everything. I can get rid of iron chests. We'll craft some more steel chests. Still get used sometimes. And I don't need this much stone. And we will put plastic on here, just 1 stack. I don't really know what I'll need it for, but you never know. And we'll get rid of... I think this is all fine. I don't really need gun turrets, but they're not bothering me. Oh, wow. Those meteor strikes were close. Damaged my outpost, but didn't destroy it. Not that those outposts matter very much anymore. Okay, so we have power armor, jetpack, logistics robots, and then I want to start working on automated stack inserters. I did that too. That was my between episodes. I was thinking of all the things I wanted to do. I also need more crude oil. I noticed I was running out of crude oil, so oil more. So train network or industrial furnaces, both of those will help because by going full industrial furnaces, I'll get more productivity out of the iron I currently have, but I think I'll get more out of just having a train network to go get more iron first, and then I can worry about industrial furnaces later. So I think I'll work on a train network next, either that or core mining. I can get rid of all the blue assemblers. And we want to request 50 yellow assemblers. Okay, there we go. So there are a lot of bots flying around now. It's a good feeling. I wonder how much power they're taking. Only about 10 megawatts, which with all of our nuclear power, that's pretty much nothing. Low density structure is not currently working for some reason. That's because I didn't make this a provider chest. There we go. And then we need some more jetpacks. And I'll probably do one more exoskeleton. Let's try... I mean, we might as well use a lot of jetpacks. We've got the room. So I'll craft... I don't know, just a crazy amount. We'll see how fast we can fly. And then I wanted to extend the network of bots to include my nuclear fuel. And I think that's the last thing I'll need to do with bots. All these guys are trying to bring me things. Come on, little buddies. Hurry it up. I'm excited to have rocket science so they can go faster. One of my favorite feelings, one of my favorite Factorio memories, just period, was when I finally unlocked logistics bots and they started bringing me things. It was such a satisfying feeling. I was just in awe of how awesome it was. It was so rewarding. Okay, there we go. And these will all be requester chests now. Oops. And they will request nuclear fuel. What are they called? Uranium fuel cells. There we go. And we'll just request 10 each. That should be more than enough. And then these guys will be active providers so that they never fill up, though it would probably take thousands of hours for this chest to actually fill up with spent fuel cells, but you never know. And then we will request the used fuel cells to reprocess into uranium-238, which will get used first. I'm actually going to place on that cell, so it will put it on this belt, so it'll always use the uranium-238 from the fuel cells first. And this needs to be a provider. And with 148, I think our Cover-X will start catching up before it gets there. So that will all work fine. And I think we're good to go with all of that. So let's put the jetpacks in and see how fast we can fly. J. 79.16. Wow, that is pretty fast. Holy moly. It's like ice skating around the world. That's fun. Okay. Whee! Okay, well that should make it easier to get places. I don't know if I'm going to need vehicles anymore if I have a lot of jetpacks. That's cool. Okay, we need to rearrange here though. So we need our third exoskeleton. I might end up doing 4. So let's do this. Let's make room for a 4th exoskeleton. I need more electric engines. Oh, they are on the way. Just, I'm way faster than the bots, so they're having a tough time. Looks like I am using too many. Okay, hold on. These are not placing. Oh, I see what happened. We need to place there. I think I deleted these to make room for that beacon. And so I didn't have the outputs on these 4. We need these as well. There we go. Okay, that should help quite a bit. Now I should be making enough to supply. I'm trying to remember where these even go. They go up here. Ah, the robot frames. That's why they're all disappearing. It's because I'm making lots of robots. Looks like we're almost stocked up, though. We've already got 470 stored up, so that will be done soon. Okay, one more exoskeleton. And then we'll do one more battery, just so it fits nicely. And then that may or may not be enough solar panels. Can I get portable? So let's try solar panel. Doesn't look like there's multiple tiers of those or anything. But I think that's enough. Solar panel power 400 kilowatts. The usage is 800. It's a little iffy, but we'll see. I'm imagining it doesn't use power to fly around, so we can fly for the most part. Okay, so basic train network, industrial furnaces, coal mining, core mining. I think we'll look at trains next to get a lot more iron. So we will need rails. I'll just take all of them. And then I will need train stops. We'll start with 2 depots, delivery and pickup. And then rail signals, we'll craft a few bunches, and then we'll need a lot of big electric poles. And I think that should do it. I already crafted the locomotives, so I can have 2 trains with 2 locomotives and 2 cargo wagons. I already have the rocket fuel, which I can just deliver. Let me make sure the rocket fuel is part of the network. It is not, so I need another logistics building roboport here. And that should do it, and then we need to provide rocket fuel, like that. And I'm gonna let these bots... Oh, they all just ran out of power, I guess. I really need that cargo size update. That's fine. I'm not worried about power, so I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so I have neglected to install the LTN mod. There was a mod that I think hadn't been updated, so I'm actually not 100% sure it's all compatible with 1.1. So I am going to go ahead and pause here, and I'm going to pause the recording, go check that out, and then I'll be back when I've discovered if LTN is compatible or not. All right, I'm back. I was able to get the LTN mod. Looks like everything's been updated for 1.1, so hopefully that works out. And I also went ahead and got FARL, which stands for Fully Automated Rail Layer. And if you've never used this mod, it's incredible. What it lets you do is drive a train that essentially places the tracks in front of itself, like the old Wallace and Gromit meme, where he's putting train tracks in front of himself while he's on the train. And it makes the placement of rail lines just super simple. You basically just drive the train where you want to go, and then connect up the ends if it's a 2-lane track and you're ready to go. So that's what I prefer. I think what I'm going to do, because my base has been expanding in this direction, I don't know if I want to bring everything down here. I think what I'll do is I'll maybe expand to the left, but I don't see any. I guess there's that patch of 5.6 million. I don't see a lot of iron to the west here, at least that I've uncovered. Although it could be blending in. It's a very similar color as this snow. But I don't see any except for this patch. I guess between these two that could be enough. And so that way I can keep bringing my ore in from down here and I can process all my smelting down here. And that's what I'd prefer to keep doing. And I don't know if I want to go around all this business. I guess I could kind of cut the corner here. But I think I'll have my rail unloading happen down by the iron mines so that I leave plenty of space for smelting and such. And I will craft some warehouses, which my bots are going to go crazy, because the 6x6 buildings allow for fast loading and unloading. And I'm just going to manually take a whole bunch of steel here so my bots don't have to do all the busy work. And some concrete. And I can craft a few more now. So with FARL, I will need lots of rail signals because it places signals every so many squares. So we'll craft a few more of those, and we'll need a lot of big electric poles, which I think I'm just going to automate, to be honest. I don't have copper cables or iron sticks on demand, though. So, is there a place I could easily do that? Let's see. I need a place with some space. Here we go. This will work. And there's already a beacon here, so I can make these productive. So copper cable, iron stick, and big electric pole. And then we'll bring in the concrete with a requester chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take off these two. Do that. Make these productive. Put them in a provider chest, 2 stacks. And I think that's all we need. And then I will put these in my logistics request. We'll do 1 full stack, so I don't have to worry about handcrafting those anymore. And then I will also need some mini loaders, which I've neglected. I don't even think I have the express mini loader recipe researched. So, trying to decide if I want to automate these. I think I will, because I'm going to use them for trains. So I need to make these provided the underground belts. So we actually need to place into a chest for these. And we'll go to 2 stacks with each because I might need a few more to make the mini loaders. Yeah, and then we just need stack inserters and plates. So we can make those pretty much anywhere. So this seems a decent place. I'll actually put them all around one individual chest. Like this. And this will be the chest. And we'll place into the chest from each of these. This one will go into that one, and this one will go into there. So this will be the regular mini loaders, this will be fast mini loaders, and this will be express mini loaders. Unfortunately, I don't love that this is how they've done the recipes. To do the filter mini loaders, you have to do the same chain, but with filter inserters, and so you can't just craft these by using filter inserters and the regular express mini loaders. I will actually need the filter mini loaders as well, because I filter mini loader to unload the storage chest where trains put all of their goods. So I'm actually going to need the same thing but for filter mini loaders. And I don't have filter inserters automated, so I will need to do that. Classic Factorio, you go to do one thing and you have to do 4 other things first. And then filter inserters, I need... Oh. Okay, I can do that easily. Right next to them. We'll do that here and here. This will be for both. And this will be stack filter, regular filter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missing space in chest to paste requests. I don't know what that means. I don't know why. Maybe that's a 1.1 glitch. That normally would work. It would have added both. It would have just added the fast inserter onto the chest. And we'll make these available to 2 stacks each. And it looks like we are low on green circuits. This is the only place I'm making them. 2.145. Is that enough? We might as well speed them up a little bit. Now we're at 2.6. We are using a whole lot for all of these various buildings. So we'll fully do the power reduction and then do 4. That's a pretty good speed. 3.3. It's actually the copper cable that's slowing things down. I don't think the inserters are the problem, but we'll place some there just to be sure. Okay, that'll work over time. It'll balance itself out. These stack inserters require, well, with 15 circuits each, is this enough? I don't really want to make more, so I think I'm just gonna say it's enough. That's still 1 every 5 seconds, so. Because we only use a few. Yeah, we only use them in splitters, so each splitter only needs 10. And then they're also being used for assemblers, which only use 2, so that's pretty much 0. So really, stack inserters are the only places these are getting used, as well as they go to our electric engines, which only use 1. So even if I'm making the full amount, that's only 1.2 per second. And this guy's not running because he doesn't have engines. Oh, I see why. We need a substation. And we will pick up from here. Nope, 1 farther. There we go. Okay, so that's using 1.2 of our green circuits, which means we have a leftover of 3.1 for all of the various inserters. That's fine. These don't take any directly. And then the stack filter inserters will take quite a few, which these use multiple inserters. I'm not going to worry about it. Once we go set up our train stuff, this will probably be done by the time we get back. You never need as much resources for these as you do right when they get started. And these stack to what? Looks like they stack to 50, so I'm never going to need more than 1 stack of mini loaders. Maybe never say never, but that should be fine. Okay, so let's work on setting up our rails. We've got a lot, but I'll grab a few, maybe another 1,000 from our chest. And then we built the FARL locomotive, I believe. Did I craft it? I did not. Okay, I'll make that. And then I think I decided I'm going to go around the copper to about here. So this is where my unloading station will be. So we'll place our rails. Place a train stop just to get a feel for where everything is. And then we'll have 2 spaces. You know what I'll actually do is I will just unload into a single warehouse. And then what we can do, because of the beauty of long stack inserters, is have 6 all coming from just half the train. And I can even, if I need more, I can do the super long inserters and all sorts of other things. So this should be enough. And then just to be consistent, we will have these placing 1 square to the left, like that. So that should unload the front 2 pretty effectively from our train stop. And for now, do I want to set up all 4? Yeah, we'll set up all 4. We'll future-proof it just a little bit. And then I will connect these 2 together. And then we need an LTN combinator, which I may need to research. Let's see, LTN. Yeah, we got nothing. So here we go, logistic train network. And circuit network 2. Those might be new. I don't remember LTN delivery content readers, but so what we'll be able to do is set a request for certain ores and connect it to our train stop. So I'll actually need to craft a different kind of train stop. And then what will happen is whenever the amount falls below a specific threshold, it will request more copper or iron or coal or whatever ore it is that I need between these 2. And then it will deliver them. One issue that I foresee having 2 warehouses is that it will be imbalanced because one warehouse might end up unloading more than another. So one option is to balance the warehouse outputs perfectly so that I don't have to worry about that. And then another option, which might be the best one, is actually just unload. We'll unload into this warehouse, but then I will just use mini loaders to unload this warehouse and put everything into this one. So it will only read the contents of this warehouse. And I'll only output from this warehouse. Because filter mini loaders, I can have, 2 or 3 express filter mini loaders putting iron out, 2 or 3 doing copper. As many squares as I have are on the outside here, I can put a mini loader on every single one of them. So I'm not too worried about one chest being for all my resources, at least for now. I can always expand later. And then we'll connect this up to power. It'll be a little while before it's running, but okay. And now we can make our LTN train stop. So we'll remove this one, and here it is. And now it has this little logistic train stop input. So we'll take our wire and connect this to our input. And then we need an LTN combinator, which is designed to work alongside this mod. I don't think you actually have to use it, but it makes it so much better. And then you click on this, and we want this to be a requester. And request threshold means it has to be 1,000 below what it wants to request some more, or I like to change this to something a lot bigger, like 3,000. And then we have 512 spaces in the warehouse, which means we can get half of that, 25,600, so 25,000 ore. I forgot ore doesn't stack as big, and some of the other mod packs I've used, ore stacks to 200 or even 500, so I haven't had to worry about the storage space being enough. But for this one, I might. So I'm actually going to change that back down to 1,000 so I can do more frequent deliveries. And then we will output iron ore. Not core fragments, just regular iron ore. And we will request, let's see, so 1,000 is 20 stacks, if I'm not mistaken. So 5,000 would be 100 stacks. Maybe we'll do 4,000. And you have to make it negative. And once you make it negative, then it's saying that we have negative 4,000, which means we're lacking 4,000 iron. But once it gets added into the storage depot here, then it will see, oh, we don't have negative 4,000. Let's say there's 5,000 in here. Then it would say we have positive 1,000. So that means we have a surplus. So it's only when that negative iron drops below 1,000 that it will request more iron. And it will always request the exact number that it needs at that time. I think it only checks once every, I don't know, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. You can change that in the settings. And one other setting I like to change, and I'm not sure which category it's in, I guess we'll find out, under LTN, is the, I think it's this one, or delivery completes a requester, finish loading. This is the one that I don't like, because if it's on true, which is the default, then it will let trains keep getting filled with whatever it is they're being filled with long after they've gotten enough of it. So if it only requested 1,000 iron ore, it will go collect 10,000, which I don't want because I have limited space here. So I turn off finish loading, and that means the trains will leave immediately when items have been loaded. And you see that statement they make, inserters at loading stations will get stuck. And that's fine because I'm not loading multiple types of resources. I don't mind if the inserters at the iron mine are still holding iron, because when a train comes by there the next time, it's only supposed to grab iron. So if you play LTN with a little bit more simplicity like I do, you're never going to need that setting to be true. But if you wanted to load multiple types of resources from the same, let's see, I like 2 spaces in between. There we go. So if you ever need multiple types of resources loaded in the same station, then that's when you would need to worry about that. Okay, so we'll give this a bit of runway like that. And you'll have to forgive me. I'm not very good at signaling train stops. So if I do something horribly incorrect, you'll have to let me know in the comments how to fix it. Generally, with train stops, I just signal around the outsides. And I don't even bother with the whole complicated chain signal nonsense because I don't fully understand how it works. So I just try to make it so that only one train can be in an intersection at a time. And that may be less efficient, but I don't quite understand chain signals. People have told me before, oh, they just copy the signal that's in front of them. And I'm like, my brain doesn't fully comprehend what that means. So then one other thing we need is depots. So I will put train depots. I may just want to make a ton of landfill someday to deal with that. But I guess I'll put depots up here. I think I have enough space if I deconstruct all of this. My nanobots can do some work, and I'll trash all that wood. Okay, so we need depots, which maybe this is not enough space. How much space do I need? I need more LTN train stops. Okay, so a 2-4 is going to need more space than that. So maybe we'll go sideways. And we'll start up here. Of course, inventory full. I grabbed a few too many rails, I think. Okay, so LTN train stop. And I want to say there's a setting that lets you keep showing. Now the wood is everywhere. I believe I can pick it up. Yes, beautiful. And we'll put some stone in the trash too. I don't need all of it. And a single gun turret. We'll throw away this ammo. 13 engines. Single iron chest. That'll help a little bit. Okay, so this needs 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I can put this here. So I need that to be the signal. So for now, we'll put this on our hotbar. So that'll be the signal. And then there will be room for a full train in front of this. And then they will all join together on this line. And then they'll go out. They shouldn't ever need to go from the depot to here, so I'm maybe making a mistake with that, but I'm not even going to add in that pathway. And then I can add, more depots right next to it, like so. And they can be right next to each other. And then this one will join up the same way. Like that. And then I'll get the rocket fuel over here, and trains will refuel themselves at depots. And then we need to have an entrance. Why would it go perfectly through? That's just my luck. Okay, so we're gonna replace these with the long boys, which we thankfully have automatically crafted now, just to get things out of the way. And you can see we have an alert that this is still missing iron. I like to leave that on. It'll be annoying for a little bit, but it helps us know later if we're lacking things. And then I don't really need a lot of build up to turning here, so we'll keep this as skinny as we can. These will go like so. And then this is where they'll enter from. And generally they will enter after unloading. Which again, if I add more unloading stations later and other things, we can make that more fancy. And it is possible, I can't remember if they can go straight from unloading straight to collecting, but if it is possible, we want to add that in. I don't know LTN perfectly well, so that may or may not be possible. Everything is in the wrong spot. Okay, there we go. And then these two tracks will go out into the world to collect things. And we can also have tracks curve back around from here to go get things from the west. So I will need to signal this, which I will do there, there, and we'll actually put a signal here and here. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that means only one train can enter this whole section at a time. And then we'll do the same thing here. Who knows? Maybe this will cause deadlocks. I'm not sure, but I think this will work okay. We'll see how it goes. And then we need to put a signal just after the train stops so that only one train can be in this section. We'll see if that works, and we'll add another stop. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right about back here, we have space for another train that can wait its turn. Hopefully we won't get deadlocks. If we do, we'll figure it out when we get there. And now I can use FARL. So we will need to turn these. "90 degrees, 90 degrees. Perfect. Okay. So for FARL, you actually have to create a blueprint of what it looks like, what you want your trains kind of tracks to look like. So I want them to look like this, and I do want a big electric pole to run alongside, and I want my stop to look like that. And then I need to make a diagonal version. So it'll look like this. The diagonal version is always tricky. I forget how many spaces I need it to have, because the spaces work differently with diagonal. Because that's actually 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So is it like this? That looks too wide apart. I guess I can just see, okay, if I go diagonal and diagonal, and then both extend straight. Okay, that's how it looks. So then we can just use this as our blueprint. And then we want the electric pole like that, and then we want a signal. And I think that's all we'll need for FARL. You can also put walls and turrets and all sorts of other fancy things, but we just want connected. So I will put this in my inventory, and I will put this one in my inventory. And hopefully that will work. I'm going to leave those there for now. And now we place the FARL. If I can find it, it's not next to the other train. Let's see. There it is. And we'll put some fuel in. I don't have very much. We'll just give it enough. We'll give it all the wood we have. And then we can add a cargo locomotive to hold all of the rails, power poles, and signals. And it will use those automatically. And when you enter it, you'll see all these options. We don't want bulldozer. That setting will make it so that it removes the tracks after it's driven by. And we don't want that. You can have it place landfill, place concrete, poles, signals. So we want all that. And we don't need maximum speed. Distance between rail signals. So this is important. I don't know the distance we need, but I'm going to call it 40. Oops. I think that'll be enough space. And then you can also connect logic wires, which we don't need. And we want to load, let's see, create blueprints for vertical. So vertical looks like this. So you click that. Oh, we don't want concrete. I think I messed that up. I need to copy this again and delete this one. So it automatically added concrete underneath the build, which we don't want. So create, or do I click this? There we go, I click it there. And then diagonal. I think that's what I want. Oh, read the blueprint book or the cursor. There we go. We just want that. Read. Missing chain signal on the main rail. It's been a while since I've done this. I think it won't actually place chain signals, but I think you need to place a chain signal inside of it, if I'm remembering correctly now, on the other side. Let's see if this works. One more time. We need to delete these. Delete. And then we put this one in and put this one. Or am I copying? Yeah. Okay. So vertical, read. There we go. And diagonal, read. Save blueprint. Save that layout. And I think now we can just drive this thing. I have to hit the start button. And it will automatically place as we drive. So I'm going to get rid of these. And then we should just be able to get going. And you can turn, and it will automatically place poles as you go. It'll get rid of trees and rocks. It's a thing of beauty. And the iron is, oh dear. I don't want to go directly through that stone patch, because we'll probably use that later. Oh, I need to go straight up, essentially, to get that iron. Okay. And honestly, I probably could have just bust that iron in on a belt, because it's not that far, but we'll need the train set up eventually, so for now, this is fine. Okay, we'll stop that there, and then we will connect this around. I don't know why when you click shift, it just really goes crazy. I don't want that craziness. Okay, there we go. And then we need a logistic train stop here. Get this out of the way. And then we will clear these trees. Place our storehouse. So for now, we'll just load the front two. And I'll need mini loaders for those. We'll need a lot of miners and a lot of belts. So I will place all the belts I have for now. I think I'm just going to take the iron from that and this and put them on belts together. So we'll have this come down, and then this one. We'll have 2 belts. I think 2 express belts for now should be enough. We can always get more later. And then we will want to load like so. All of them being long inserters. And do I need to limit these? I don't think I do. That should be fine. I don't need a limit. And then what we'll do is we need to link these up with wires. We need one more combinator. LTN combinator. And we'll place that here. And this says provider. Provide threshold means it won't be willing to provide iron to anybody until it has at least 1,000. And unless I'm mistaken, you don't need any sort of signals because you can just connect the signal from your warehouses directly to, of course I ran out of cables. So you want to connect the combinator to there and from the warehouse. So once the warehouse has iron in it, then it will go here. And then I'm going to name this Iron Mine Northeast. You can enable train limits. I think that's actually the vanilla 1.1 change. I have honestly no idea how that works. But you can see it's placed signals automatically so that we can have multiple trains on the network running pretty comfortably. Looks like I made the distance maybe a little bit too big, but that's fine. Okay, so we'll take this guy home. And this episode is beginning to run a little bit long. I think I'm going to... Yeah, I don't have time to get the iron mine going, but we will get all the rail stuff set up, and I'll craft, all the materials necessary to go make that iron mine. I'm going to pick this up. And then just for now, I'm going to put a chest with all of the rocks and wood, because that's extra. So in the next episode, we'll get that iron mine running and hopefully get the rail network happening, and then we can easily connect other like oil and stone, uranium, get this copper, get this iron, grab resources from wherever we need, and they'll all run happily on 2 lanes. I don't think I'll need more than 2. And then we can always add more trains right here to the depot. This is all getting mined out eventually, so I can add 5 more trains that can go fetch things for us and bring them here. And I can always add more unloading stations. Let's say I want uranium, I can add another unloading station over here by my nuclear. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.